Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with this edition of School Talk. We have someone very special here. Sir, please introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you do.
Officer Keith Habig with the Clark County School District Police Department, and I go around now and I teach a safe driving program to the students within the Clark County School District called Zero Teen Fatalities.
Okay, so we touched on the fact of the cars, right, and trucks or whatever, right? You know, that everything is digital and, you know, and all this type of spiel, right? But the state law, and correct me, so let's talk about this, right, is that you are not allowed to be on your phone physically in your hand.
Correct.
If the phone is on a mount on the dash and you are clicking the button like a radio, it is totally different than you physically having the phone in your hand and pressing the button.
Correct.
And so that's the one that you will receive a citation for. You could, right?
You could,
but
yes.
You should not be on your phone.
Should not be in your hand.
At
Correct.
all while you're in that vehicle.
all while you're driving. It doesn't matter if you're stopped at a red light. You can pick it up and go, oh, let me go ahead and check my text messages because I'm at a red light. You can't. Again, if it's on a mount, you can, touch the buttons and you can do all of that on the mount. Understand it is still a distraction, right?
No, that's what I was going to get to the next point.
And I talk about that with the kids all the time.
Right.
But you cannot have it physically in your hand.
Physically in your hand.
If it is physically in your hand, you can be pulled over and you can receive a citation for that.
And if I'm not mistaken, we just filmed the thing on the Trooper Talk. Like May is Distracted Driving Month.
Okay.
And so let's talk about the children and the young adults when it comes to the distracted driving, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to, again, so people understand, go over those numbers again. That if you have one person or you have two people, explain, like, what that means. That if you have somebody over here and they're like, oh, what do you think of this song? And you're like, oh, this song? And you're like, bang, that's all it takes.
No, it really, really is. So when we start talking about the numbers and what we talk about with the kids, right, is putting one person in your car, one passenger, right, can increase the chances of you getting into a crash by 50%. Anytime you're on the road, there's always going to be a chance that you can get into a crash or something like that, right? But when you add a distraction to it, now you go from a level that's right here, now you're going up 50%, right, to possibly get into a crash. Well, if you add a second person, and again, this is for young adults. If you add that second person, it jumps all the way up to 250%. You're almost 2.5 times more likely to get into a crash with two people in your car than you are with nobody. So, and again, it's because of that thing. We start talking about, you're talking to your friends, you're having a conversation, which is
like this,
which is nice and normal, right? And you want to be that person that's like, well, I'm personable. I want to look at you while I'm talking to you, so I'm going to look at you while I'm talking. But now what are you doing to the road? And you're not seeing some of the things that are happening in front of you, and we're just increasing our chances. So we have to avoid those distractions. And as passengers, respect the fact that they're driving. Don't be that passenger that says, oh, look, that cat's wearing a hat.
Right, what do you
know
think?
what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't, right now I don't care, right? Did you see what Johnny said? Johnny said, wait, what? No. So, these are things we all need to work together, right? As passengers, as drivers, talk to your passengers. Hey, guys, do me a favor. I'm driving. Let me kind of concentrate on that. Another thing that we talk about, and the kids ask me this question all the time, because I show them the stats, and there's a law out there that when a young adult gets their driver's license at 16 years old, they're not allowed to have any passengers under the age of 18 for the first 6 months.
Oh.
You have to wait 6 months.
Keep the message going. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate very much. We're going to look at this camera now, and then we're going to wave. We're going to say, see you later, okay? See you later.
See you later.